Once again, here we are with the last round of Swiss, which will be played between Chelsea Tan, sitting on a 4-1 record, and guaranteed to be in top cut if she wins this last round.
Against Bryan, Cheang, who is in the same situation, I
No,
think.
Bryan is 3-2 actually. This is a pair down.
Ooh.
So Chelsea gonna need to win to stay alive, especially since if she loses, her resistance not gonna look too good since she is playing a pair down here. Whereas Bryan Cheang definitely needs to win to stay alive. Chelsea still has a chance if she loses.
Although
In this situation, since this will be Bryan's first ever top cut if he does make it, though Chelsea, I don't know about big events, but Chelsea has done well here and there. She has cut the previous Midseason Showdown, in which the one in which she used a team that she has definitely now sworn off since all of the Pokemon's nicknames carry very painful memories now. Oh,
okay, yeah, but definitely Chelsea has had strong performances.
Yes.
So we'll be.
She did cut the, as pointed out, she did cut the previous Midseason Showdown, so
Yeah.
hoping to make a repeat performance.
And maybe her swearing off that team has given her a new lease on life because she's like playing
Yeah.
different styles of teams now.
Apparently has dedicated today's team to a totally different person and for totally different reasons.
Togedemaru, I believe, is still her lifelong.
Nope, definitely
Favorite
not.
Pokemon?
Not on today's team.
Oh, okay, that's actually surprising because I.
No, not
That's
surprising.
my favorite Pokemon.
For reasons.
Okay, I will be looking forward to see what type of team she's running as well as Bryan, because yeah, Bryan not really making his mark here in the local scene.
Well, not in terms of performance-wise. As far as impressions, so he's definitely left very strong first impressions here and there. In more ways than one.
Whatever could you mean, Matthew?
I wonder. I wonder indeed.
Stop being so enigmatic. Alright, we should be going into game relatively soon. So, Chelsea is running the team of the Tapu Koko, Snorlax, Ninetales, Arcanine, Garchomp, and Celesteela.
Yep, and Bryan continuing to try and leave his very strong first impression. It is going to be the Raichu, a Lowland Raichu, Bravery, Gauntlet Support, Garchomp, Tapu Koko, and the Katana.
Yeah, okay, I see what you did there, Matthew. I see what you did there.
I'm surprised you forgotten who Bryan was already.
I honestly
Given that you were the first one of us to fall prey to the first impression.
Yes. Well, on the matter of that though, I think she is able to run amok with that because Chelsea doesn't have the Lele.
Does have Celesteela,
stop.
so Celesteela doesn't take that much from liquidation.
Yeah, and once again we see a Bravery, stopping perhaps Arcanine from showing on the field early as well. Oh,
But
okay.
Bravery not gonna have much of a fun time because we do see both Ninetales and Tapu Koko for Chelsea.
But if you now look closer, Bryan actually does run Electric Surge, so similar to Isaac, does have Raichu and the Tapu Koko as a very strong leads here. Could pressure Chelsea.
Yeah, especially since Chelsea has no counter terrain.
Indeed, her own Koko is only just going to supply the same terrain. Here we go into game 1.
Yeah, Chelsea having to think what she has to stop the surge opening. Since you don't want to be leading Celesteela into that, for example.
Yeah, Garchomp not really a very
But no search for Bryan here. It's gonna be Koko and Garchomp. Ooh, this Quake maybe. And ooh, is that a mirror lead? Yeah, it is.
Okay, so this Quake not really very ideal.
Electric Surge coming out for Chelsea's Koko first. Maybe indicative of one being timid and one being modest, or it could just be a speed tie.
And I don't think this Quake will be in the cards because
depends on which. If either player has a Scarf Chomp, now would be the time to reveal it.
Yeah, do I expect the Tapu Kokos to protect?
If they can protect. You never know when a Specs could be around.
Yeah, or just switch out. Because this mirror match could go either way, and depending on what they bring out or who stays in, this is a very volatile situation.
Yep, Bryan will blink first on the game of Chicken here. Brings in his got a support. Against the opposing Koko who will protect. So Chelsea does protect a Koko as well. So neither of the players exposing their Koko's danger. As Garchomp Bryan's side comes out with the Earthquake. So Scarf? Question mark?
Perhaps.
Only Bryan. Actually, at this point, neither of them knows because it's gonna be Garchomp. Oh, it's gonna be Earthquake as well. So both players going for the Earthquake.
Yeah, the Golem Spot able to take it relatively well.
Yeah, it does resist thanks to his bug typing.
Yeah, not even going to trigger it down to that emergency exit. Yeah, and this free to fire off first impression.
Though I don't think it KOs Garchomp at this range.
Yeah.
Maybe with a live hop. But that ground does resist bug, doesn't it? Oh, it's neutral actually.
Yeah, so Chelsea in a bit of a
Koko
bad
will switch
position.
out.
Yeah, has to bring in.
It will be Snorlax coming in.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yep.
I was unable to derive the name, the Pokemon from
okay,
the
Chelsea
name.
does review that her Garchomp is not scuffed, has to protect. So Bryan's gonna go for the first impression onto the Snorlax slot. Gonna do a good chunk of damage. A very bulky Snorlax there. And he will outquick himself and in the process, I believe trigger emergency exit.
Yep.
Or actually I don't think it will.
It will definitely trigger the berry on Uncle Wilson there.
Yeah, and Golisopod will still hang on.
So I think it's relatively safe to assume that Bryan's Garchomp is Scarf, which is causing a bit of problems for Chelsea.
Is it really? He's not doing that much damage on his own though. I'm surprised he didn't lock himself into Dragon Claw on turn 1 actually.
Oh, who have you been talking to? Wying? Dragon Claw on Garchomp?
Well, it is Scarf though.
You run stuff like Poison Jab, Fire Fang perhaps?
Yeah, but Scarf Dragon Claw is still not a terrible option.
Alright. I see Wying has swayed you, and Garchomp does switch out.
I do dispute that, but we do move on as Katana comes in for Bryan. Looking like, ooh, interesting HP number there.
Okay, Aqua Jet into the Snorlax. Okay, I was expecting it.
Okay. Rockslide will fit. Oh, I suppose he predicted that Golisopod will be forced out by the attack from Garchomp, so Aqua Jet his last ditch attempt at getting damage.
Indeed, and free to bring in the Garchomp again, resetting himself.
Maybe? Oh, gonna be Coco though. Ooh, you don't want to be taking any
Actually, I
damage.
can understand why his Garchomp switched out, because if he goes for the Scarf Earthquake, he would trigger his own emergency exit by himself, which is
But he
not
was going for
something
Aqua Jet anyway.
Yeah. I have no idea. Well, what did
I suppose it is a good position for Katana regardless.
Yay.
Since now Leaf Blade can take out the Garchomp and Sacred Sword. Based on the damage that the Snorlax has taken though, I don't think Sacred Sword KOs.
Close though. Coco should be able to finish the job.
Electro Ball maybe?
I don't even think Electro Ball is needed. I'm not sure. Snorlax went for the return there on the Katana, so didn't recycle, so it is still berryless. And I'm sure
Electro Ball could wipe it out in a single hit actually.
under the terrain. Yeah, super painful.
And he did switch it out on turn 1, so maybe that suspects Coco.
So Chelsea not in a good position
Ooh,
here.
Bryan, don't run out of time there.
Katana switches out.
Okay, Garchomp back in. Yep.
Okay.
Bryan making a lot of switches. Sometimes with questionable results.
Snorlax
Chelsea bringing the Coco back in.
once again, it is the mirror. And Chelsea won't be using...
but Chelsea will give it up with the Protect. Does he fear maybe a Z move from Bryan? As Dazzling Gleam will come out. Oh, is that choice specs though? Let's see. Ooh.
Looks like it.
Yes, it is.
Nice glasses that the Coco is wearing there. So,
and now Scarf Garchomp and Specs Coco have pinned down the field for Bryan.
Yeah, Dazzling picks up the kill on Garchomp. And
or you poison jab the Coco and then you Dazzling single target will finish off the Garchomp.
So
even without single target, if the Coco protects, the Garchomp still goes down.
So very strong position here for Bryan.
Something he could have done right from the very beginning, but he found out in the end anyway. Found his way there. Had time to leave a good first impression.
At the start though, maybe Coco wouldn't be able to kill. Specs I don't think is enough as well to take out Garchomp. But now with the chip on the Garchomp.
Or he could switch out again.
Okay.
He's hoping to win a speed tie, I think.
And
well, goes for the protect anyway.
do you expect a Dazzling Gleam to pick up the kill on the Garchomp here?
Yep, with the Specs boost. And the Garchomp having already taken a good bit of chip from the Earthquake. Will go down here.
Pretty clever move by Bryan. Sets himself up for another first impression here.
But the Coco will survive, being able to resist the Bug type.
Bug type and Dazzling Gleam perhaps? Who knows?
But then you still have to win the speed tie, which is uncomfortable. What does Chelsea have at the back?
Snorlax and another Pokemon she has yet to reveal.
Yeah, Snorlax will come back in. Do you even need the first impression at this point?
It is pretty high base power.
So you have to rely on winning the speed tie, I suppose.
Although really, what can Chelsea do back to the Coco? Bryan's Coco is relatively healthy as well.
Chelsea needs to win the speed tie here to start. It's a start. Or Bryan could just hope to KO with first impression, but it's not that strong, is it?
Base 80 if I'm not wrong. I don't know, my numbers are all over the place.
It's effectively a fake out after the resistance.
Yeah, and
okay. Bryan making another switch.
Katana.
Katana coming back in.
That makes a bit of sense since first impression
into the... Is that going to be enough? Oh, it's actually enough. Okay. Gotta support, you are terrifying.
And Wilson, Snorlax here goes for the recycle. But with the Katana to stare down the Snorlax, not a very good position. The Sacred Sword gonna do a lot of damage.
Yeah, especially since... here comes Ninetales for Chelsea.
Actually now though, Ninetales does outspeed Katana.
Tie with Katana. Another speed tie for these players. I think this might be the story of this this round, really.
Well, Chelsea didn't really have to risk the speed tie since Bryan switched out his Coco the previous
And
turn.
Bryan does have Scarf Garchomp to just outspeed everything.
Yes, but if the Ninetales here can pick up a kill on Golly support and Katana,
But Golden Support is going to break Ninetales' Sash with the Aqua Jet.
you're right. You are right.
Which means if Katana wins the speed tie, then... Oh, but no,
Katana
Bryan not
doesn't
even going to
want to
want to
risk
risk
the
it.
speed tie.
Yeah. He's going to go for the Aqua Jet into the Ninetales here.
And Blizzard,
Ooh,
no
Aqua Jet.
no Aqua Jet here.
But he will take the Blizzard thanks to the resistance and a decent amount of bulk.
Any freezers here?
Nope.
Freeze.
Here
and
comes Bug Bite.
Bite.
Ooh, into the Snorlax we just recycled.
Critical hit for good measure as well.
Yep. And will hit its way all the way back and turn off future recycles for Chelsea's Snorlax.
Yeah. Oh well, Wilson just got a lot slower, and without the berries, health to recover, it's not looking good for Chelsea.
Yeah, it's now strictly on the timer. No longer able to recover.
I would say Chelsea might have a chance because of the Ninetales being good against the Katana here, but with the Scarf Garchomp at the
Yeah, he's
back,
got trying to back. Now Bryan just needs to put damage on the board.
yeah, and Wilson is no longer be able to recover his HP. He's on a timer here.
In fact, I think after Aqua Jet, this could be it for Earthquake on Garchomp. Or he could just go for Rock Slide.
Nah, Earthquake would be the
Guaranteed.
safer play. Yeah,
the
a guaranteed play.
damage.
And yeah, the hail also not doing any favors to Snorlax here, chipping his health slowly down.
Katana will switch out. Not wanting to risk the speed tie, but sacking the Coco in the process.
Yeah,
I don't know how I feel about that play.
Aqua Jet to break the Ninetales though. I don't think at the end it really matters because the end game is still present.
No.
Oh no, Aqua.
And he's going to be forced out by emergency exit.
Not
No.
quite.
Oh my goodness. He hangs on with 1 hit point away from emergency exit activation and will bring the Ninetales down with liquidation.
Not all the way down, but yeah.
And
close
now he
enough.
will be forced out. If he survives, which he does, and he will be forced out. So it doesn't go down to hail this turn.
Oh, okay.
Golden Support hanging around.
Oh, Garchomp, bringing Garchomp now and finish the game. That's what Bryan could potentially do.
Well, Bryan has chosen his preference for switching all over the place, so
Who knows? And Garchomp hits the field here. So
Earthquake will clean up if he
Yeah.
goes for it. Or he could just switch out anyway.
his switches may seem weird, but it has been working out for him. So
Yeah, it's probably throwing Chelsea as far off as they are throwing us, so
yeah, so they are definitely working in Bryan's favor. So definitely good play all round. Oh, okay.
yeah,
locks
locks himself
Poison
into
Jab.
Poison Jab. Yeah, we'll pick off the Ninetales. And look, a Garchomp actually threw down a Ninetales. How does that feel?
I feel
He didn't switch in though.
Yeah, I guess there's a difference between Scarf.
And Specs Thunderbolt into the Snorlax will bring it down.
Yeah, so the difference here is that Garchomp being able to outspeed a lot of things on Chelsea's spew. Really threatening, and the only real way I see her being able to deal with it is the Celesteela.
Is of course the Ninetales. Her own Ninetales. But Ninetales into two Pokemon that are faster than it in the Scarf Garchomp and the Specs Coco is very dangerous.
Yeah, so I was going to suggest the Celesteela, but you do have to worry about the Tapu Koko and the Raichu. But I think if she is able to get rid of those, Celesteela has a very good chance of making her win.
I wonder, because liquidation against Celesteela will probably help Golden Support come out on top. Thanks to the chance of defense drops from liquidation.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, and yeah, Golden Support is something
And
that
after you leech seed and he heals a bit, then oh, there goes the leech seed target. It just switched out thanks to emergency exit.
well, Ninetales does have access to freeze dry. I'm not sure if Chelsea.
Yeah, but the problem
Is
for
that-
Chelsea is that she's facing down effectively a trio of things that are too fast for her to bring Ninetales against. The Coco, the Scarf Garchomp, and even the Raichu. If Ninetales leads into any pair of those three combined, Ninetales is not going to be able to move before it's taken
Yeah,
down in a double.
even with its Sash able to take a single hit, it's not gonna. There are 2 hits before.
Before Ninetales can move.
So we'll see how Chelsea adjusts, and if Bryan decides to lead with the same thing, his playstyle. Come on, you got to give it to him. It has been working wonders for him.
Well, he is running two choice mons, so switching does make a lot of sense. To put himself into a better position, and will be Ninetales coming out, and ooh, Garchomp into Search. Interesting. Now, typically that wouldn't be terrible, but we do know that Bryan is running the choice specs on Coco, which does a good amount to Garchomp.
So the Blizzard here, Garchomp could easily
Blizzard
protect.
doesn't kill either though. That's a problem for Chelsea.
Yay.
I'm surprised she chose to lead with Ninetales, honestly, considering what Bryan led with previously, and has led with this again this time with the Raichu instead.
She feels pressured, I think, to bring the offense because
Yeah, she wants to deal with the Garchomp as quickly as possible. But kind of walked into the search here. Ninetales is not wanting to face Surge.
And there's no way for her to switch off the terrain as well. She has to try and find a way out of this. And well, fake out present for the Raichu here.
Yes.
So could potentially just break Ninetales Sash and Tapu Koko could just take the KO
And
on the
Ninetales
Ninetales.
actually not going for the protect here.
Mm.
And fake out into the Garchomp. Oh, so an opportunity for Ninetales here. As both switch into the Ninetales slot.
Does he?
Ooh,
Oh,
whoa. Don't bring Garchomp in here.
he's not. He's definitely not gonna bring Garchomp here. He has the choice.
Scholar support, definitely.
Should take the freeze dry quite comfortably, and the
Blizzard,
priority
rather.
will the priority will be able to pick off Ninetales next turn.
Freeze dry would be a pretty spectacular call if she did go for it. He's taking a lot of time though. Oh, it's gonna be Katana. Oh. I don't think he brought Scholar support this game.
That could be
Ooh,
quite
Aurora
bad.
Veil. Suddenly, the tables have turned. Garchomp's biggest offensive threat in the Coco is no longer on the field. But Raichu is still the fastest thing, can still pick off the Ninetales.
Yes.
And could even on-call the Garchomp if he's bored enough, so...
bold enough. You kind of feel the Ninetales protects here, and maybe Garchomp goes for the Earthquake.
That just walks into an on-call. That would be a disaster for Chelsea.
Yeah.
Bryan still has all the options thanks to the raw speed number.
Katana looks once pick up that Beast Boost, I kind of feel against that Ninetales, so delicious.
That would be greedy.
Yeah.
I don't think he needs it in this game.
Ninetales protects itself.
Yeah, well, she's praying that there's no on-call on the Raichu.
Oh, no on-call, but has the fling.
Okay, that works too. Garchomp will flinch for the turn.
And Leaf Blade into Garchomp here. Not gonna take it out. Oh, but next turn.
Makes sense, I suppose. That Leaf Blade was kind of weak. Weaker than I thought it would do.
And we saw the Katana move before the Garchomp. The flinch actually happening before. Scarf Katana, perhaps?
No, Katana is faster than Garchomp.
Oh, okay.
So at least Chelsea knows that the Raichu doesn't have on-call, since he has revealed Fling.
Still, the situation is
Kind
not
of grim,
good.
yeah. Yeah, Garchomp forced to switch out, because I think Psychic will KO at this range.
And brings in the Coco.
Into a Psychic maybe.
Aurora Veil is still
Nope, Volt Switch,
present.
it'll finish off the Ninetales.
Yeah, Aurora Veil is still present, so that's something.
Oh, that's why the Team Leaf Blade did so little.
Yeah,
It was the Aurora Veil.
So Chelsea still does have that going for her, but Bryan just slowly picking off her team one by one.
Yeah, and again, the raw speed advantage with the Coco, Raichu, Katana, and the Garchomp. Everything is just so fast, and Chelsea doesn't have a trick room mode.
Ooh, that damage there. Oh, Life Orb Katana. Alright, I'm not sure how we missed that.
Okay.
And
For some reason, I thought it was Assault Vested. Nope, it is Life Orb.
I'm pretty sure we saw a detect somewhere along the line, but okay. But yeah,
Oh, yeah, we did see Detect
it's
in
a
the
big
previous game.
blow to Chelsea because Ninetales, I think one of the benefits of Ninetales is you're able to fight with Katana.
Celestia coming in against the Specs Coco. Oh dear.
Aurora Veil is still up, so maybe, just maybe, it can take the hit. And yeah, does have flamethrower for the Katana, perhaps? Maybe able to take out
Katana not really the threat though, I think.
Yeah. Heavy Slam, you have to wonder. It's not enough though, right?
No, not enough. I think Celestia kind of has to play a slow game.
Yeah,
And I think it's too late for that.
and now that you think about it, Chelsea's Celesteela's, Bryan's playstyle is really good with Celesteela because he switches around so much.
Yeah, CCD she doesn't stick around for long.
We do see a detect, and it should be a Dazzling Gleam from
Chelsea side, so speed type perhaps. But not doing. Oh, it's gonna be Life Up Coco from Chelsea. And Volt Switch into the Celesteela with the Aurora Veil. Oh, into the Coco with the Aurora Veil, still gonna knock it out. And Bryan will switch again, this time with the Volt Switch. And Raichu? Yeah, Raichu to come back in to threaten the Celesteela.
Yeah, control the game a bit more, fake out pressure, stall out that. Oh, okay, brings in Color Support.
Didn't bring the Garchomp this game. Interesting.
And yep, Heavy Slam into the Coco.
Decent damage at least.
Yeah, Color Support is such a defensive pivot here for Bryan. Sponging. What was that? Blizzards in the previous game, now Heavy Slam. Oh.
Yeah, Blizzard, Heavy Slam, Garchomp, Earthquakes, Poison Jabs. The only thing Chelsea really has to hit it with is the Thunderbolt from Coco. And Coco has just found it so hard this game.
Yay.
For Chelsea.
And now Chelsea forced back with her last two Pokemon. things are not looking good for her.
Yeah, Garchomp in KO range of Katana and unable to outspeed it.
And yeah, Bryan has.
And actually in KO range of first impressions, what am I saying?
Well, has Chelsea met Bryan before? If not, this should be a very good first impression.
Well, it's hard to say. Bryan has been a pretty constant presence in tournaments this season. Yeah, Garchomp forced to protect to at least deny first impression. But Katana's still probably going for Sacred Sword into the Celesteela.
Let's see how much it does. Oh, okay. Decent amount of damage for
With
a
the
life
life
of
orb. He
Katana.
needs Flamethrower here. It does have Flamethrower at the very least.
Maybe if he picks up a special defense boost, he might be able to sponge hits from the Raichu and
Yeah. Well, Aurora Veil's about to wear off.
yay. Let's see what sort of boost it gets. It gets
Oh,
special
it does get
defense.
special defense, so maybe just maybe a sliver. Oh no, but Aurora Veil's about to run out.
Hmm.
He's about to run out this exact turn. Unless she has likely. Nah, it's Aurora Veil. Aurora Veil will wear off there.
Yeah, and yeah, Tapu Koko should come back in to reset the reset the
Terrain.
terrain. Sorry.
And has a fresh specs booster attack.
Has to be a bit afraid of the.
Celestial will protect, of course, and Garchomp goes for the Earthquake. Then I guess it comes down to... Because Bryan cannot protect his Coco, that's the thing actually.
Got a spot though. Is Aqua Jet enough to get rid of Garchomp? If it is, then Bryan has this game in the bag.
Yeah, if it is enough, then that should be game, but... Aqua Jet? We are about to find out.
Yeah, no more Aurora Veil, so I believe it was at somewhat around this range where Aqua Jet picked up the KO as well. I'm not sure if it was on Garchomp, I can't remember. But yeah, it all comes down to whether Garchomp can survive and get off an attack on the Coco. I assume the Coco, well, the point will all be moot if Coco just decides to go for Dazzling Gleam. Which it does, so Garchomp will go down.
And Celestial didn't protect, so...
Leech Seed perhaps?
No, he needs to bring... Goes for
Heavy
Heavy
Slam.
Slam into the Coco. Crit maybe... Ooh, gonna be enough. And gonna get another special defense boost.
Yeah, but
And Raichu not exactly as offensively inclined as Tapu Koko.
yeah, but as you point out before the game started, Golispot able to sort of fight Celesteela with that liquidation.
Yeah, we see it doing about a good 35% there without a defense drop. And you have to imagine after a few more rounds of liquidation, the defense drop's bound to happen.
Yeah.
And the other problem for Chelsea is she hasn't gotten a Leech Seed on the field yet.
Yeah. Now would be a good time though, since
Now would be a good time if you can survive a Thunderbolt from Raichu.
no, he's gonna protect because
Yeah, go to
Fake Out is
Fake
gonna
Out.
come out. Fake Out is gonna come out. It's gonna protect to get healing. And yeah, at this point Chelsea has to land the Leech Seed slowly.
Survive Thunderbolt, land the Leech Seed. Survive Thunderbolt and Liquidation and land the Leech Seed.
That's honestly a very very tall order. I feel has to. It all comes down.
Has to. I think she needs to stop protect for a few more turns actually.
Oh my god.
She doesn't have enough HP right now. If she goes for the attack, she just loses. She has to protect again.
But that's like a 33% chance of working though.
Oh, she doesn't natural ball. That should be game actually.
Let's see how much damage she does.
It's a KO. It's a KO.
Special defense not gonna save you there, Celesteela.
Not in terrain. She had to protect the stall terrain, I think. Also only out.
Well, convincing victory from Bryan
Not
there.
the strongest of percentages. Again, it's 33% each time, but if she didn't try it, she had no chance. The combination of attacks from Raichu and Gosport were always going to be too strong. So I think holding out there was to protect until the rain ran out, and in this process collect leftovers recovery. But again, that's 33 times 33 times 33 probably. Since the Coco only came in last turn,
Yeah.
so there was 4 more turns she had to stall out. That's 4 protects in a row.
Not lucky enough, I guess. And well, Bryan will take the win. Chelsea unfortunately not quite making it.
Well, still has a chance at 4-2, so has to pray for resistance and how the rest of the matchups turn out. But Bryan will take the win here. Move on 4-2 as well, and with a chance. And it would be strange if Chelsea makes it and Bryan doesn't, despite the fact that Bryan won this matchup.
Yeah, honestly, it all comes down to pairings and resistances, which we have to see how the rest of the players perform to be able to judge.
That's the unfortunate nature of a Swiss tournament like this. Well, so
all that switching though, oh my, it's
interesting decision for Bryan to drop the Garchomp in game 2. Bring in the Raichu instead. Raichu definitely worked out for him, but
yeah,
I think Garchomp might have made things a little easier. Katana didn't really do much for him that game.
well, it did do a decent number on Chelsea's own Garchomp, even through the Aurora Veil.
True.
Yeah,
And not being choice means he has more room to play around.
yeah, with that life orb, and I think it did kind of pull its weight by putting on a lot of offensive pressure alongside Tapu Koko and Raichu along with the Surge, and his decision not to bring Garchomp in the second game I think was a bit rewarded because Chelsea brought a Celesteela, which Garchomp would not really have a very strong impact against.
Yeah, Chelsea made the wrong adjustment there. Bringing Celesteela into Surge.
I wouldn't necessarily say that's a bad thing. It's just that she wasn't able to cope with the Surge before. She wasn't able to clean up for Celesteela to come in safely. Surge was still like pretty much online.
Again, it's come down to both players because both players can adjust to each other. And the problem with Chelsea is that by dropping the Snorlax, she dropped probably her best answer to Surge. Although we saw
the
Electro Ball.
Yeah,
Electro Ball makes Snorlax not such a good answer after all. Yeah, so kudos to Bryan there, who will be coming on for an interview. So stay tuned. And I'm back here with the winner of that last round of Swiss, Bryan Cheang. So
Yes.
first off, congrats, Bryan.
Alright, thank you.
Again, I think in game one we saw a lot of pivoting around for both of you.
Oh yes.
So how would you describe your mindset going into the start of game one, especially since both of you led the same things?
Okay, for me, I just my style is like objective gaming, so I just try to figure out which is the potential threat to my team, or is like any mons that's stopping me from winning. So for me, I just like to like preserve this mon, and then once the opportunity is there, I will strike something like that.
Yeah, so I think we saw you switch around a lot at the start of the game.
Yes.
So you especially since both of your leads were both choiced.
Oh yes.
So you had to pivot around a lot to try and get a better position. And once you were in position, then I think we saw your Gacha and Kako just lock down the field
Oh yes.
thanks to the superior speed.
Correct.
So how did you construct your team? Since I think we see your team with a very strong focus on outspeeding with the Raichu, Koko, and the Garchomp.
Actually, this team was adapted from Kotaro. He used this team in Melbourne. So actually, he has also has a goalie support, so it intrigued me too. So
Oh yes, I remember the team destroying Justin in Melbourne.
and so actually, since the season's about to end, so why not just try out, see how it works?
Yeah, especially since you've been using goalie support the whole year as well.
This whole season
Yep.
actually. Yeah, correct.
So taking it all the way to a potential top card here today.
Hopefully, but I think chances may not be.
Yeah, there's
due
a lot
to
of 4-2s
resistance.
here, so
Correct. Yes.
that's unfortunate. That's how we end up. Especially since today's not the highest number of attendance as well.
Yeah. So, but actually, I ran 0-2 first, so maybe my chances are quite low.
Yeah, because it's
Mm,
difficult to do with the resistance. But well, you never know. Hope springs eternal. It's still a very strong performance there,
Right.
especially since we did get to see you play, and that was a
Yeah,
very
yes.
strong set of games there.
Finally, I think I finally wake up my idea. Maybe.
Yeah, so good, well done there, Bryan.
Right, thank
Good
you
luck
very
for
much.
how the standings turn out,
Okay.
and we will be back with the top card. So stay tuned.